Did you know there's almost 5.4 internet users? That's about 66% of the population worldwide. So, how do you stand out, my friend, in the digital space that is already crowded? Today, I want to share with you three strategies you can use today and practical tips to put them to use so you can be seen, heard, and paid. Now, before we get into how to get noticed in a crowded digital space, we have to confront this thought, this mindset that visibility is about being seen everywhere. It's about being on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, etc. I want you to understand that it's really not about being seen everywhere. That's what causes burnout. Really, this thought about being visible, about being seen and heard, is about being present in the places where your ideal audience hangs out, the places where you want to be known as a thought leader, an expert, and as an authority. So, when you're thinking about this, as I share these three strategies with you and how to practically put them to use, I want you to start thinking about, where do I need to show up? Where are my people? And how can I take these three strategies and apply it to where they are so they can start seeing me as the solution? So now that we've dealt with that mindset, let's get into the three strategies you can use today so you can get noticed in a crowded digital space. Number one, video is still king. I know. So many of your favorite platforms now are leaning towards video. So we see video on YouTube, LinkedIn. Yes, LinkedIn. I'm going to get to that in a few minutes. Instagram, Facebook, all of those places. So really lean into doing video as a way to demonstrate your thought leadership. A lot of times we want to tell people, and that's in the written content, and there's nothing wrong with written content. But data shows that 80% of your audience, 80% of the people that you want to connect with you on video. So there's something powerful about this medium where we can put pictures and words together that make the perfect marriage. So video is really king, and that's a great opportunity for you to stand out in this crowded digital space. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, Roshanda, everywhere I turn, people are already utilizing video. How do I stand out when people are already utilizing video? Well, a couple of things. They're not using video like you. They're not showing up like you. They don't have your story. They don't have your expertise, right? And here's a little secret. Video is growing on one particular platform that you may be avoiding. Want to take a guess what it is? Okay, I won't keep you waiting. LinkedIn. Yes, LinkedIn is now playing around with the idea of increasing video use on its platform. In fact, they are right now doing some beta testing with a video tab at the bottom of their app. So much like we have a video feed on TikTok and on Instagram, they're playing around with that over on LinkedIn. What does that mean for you and I? That means if you start playing around and start posting video on LinkedIn, you're already way ahead of the curve, but also you're already massaging your audience or getting them prepared to see more of that video content. So, if you're looking for a practical tip to start creating video and start posting it on your favorite platform, the platform where you know your audience likes to hang out. Number two, one of my favorite strategies is storytelling. Ladies and gentlemen, facts tell, but stories sell. And my favorite Native American proverb says, those that tell the stories rule the world. There is a part of the world that you are called to rule in business. And telling your story is what's going to help you have rulership or ownership. And the thing that's really powerful about telling your story is you give the audience an opportunity to know you. authentically you. This gives them an opportunity to connect with you emotionally. This gives them an opportunity to see themselves in your story. And this sets you apart from everyone else because other thought leaders, other business owners may not be telling their story, may not be showing up on camera to share their successes, their wins, and their failures. This sets you apart from everyone else who's not doing that and causes you to stand out. One of my favorite examples of this, real quick, is John LeGreer, who is the former CEO of T-Mobile. And on Sundays, he used to do this Facebook Live show called Slow Cooker Sundays. I loved it. Now, here is the CEO of T-Mobile, a communications company, sharing his favorite crock pot recipes. And while he's sharing his favorite crock pot recipes, he's also talking about maybe a new product that T-Mobile is releasing or talking about what's happening in the industry, etc. And what he found by hosting these slow cooker Sundays is that people who were not even T-Mobile customers would go into the store that Monday or that week and maybe inquire or ask about T-Mobile services. Now, what he also discovered is that they were getting more traction on Facebook than some of their nationwide commercials. Here's what John said. John said, I did that because I knew no other CEO in my industry was willing to put their face in front of the brand. Really smart. I knew no other CEO would step out of their office, would step from behind the computer, so to speak, and in front of the camera to be that transparent and that vulnerable. See, be like John, be a disruptor and be willing to share and tell your story. And number 3, something that I love to do, build strategic partnerships. Collaboration is key for expansion, ladies and gentlemen. Being a lone ranger leads you to being a gone ranger. And the thing that's really powerful about strategic partnerships is that you can be a guest on a podcast, a webinar. If you're uncomfortable doing a live video or a video period, you can connect with another thought leader, another expert in your industry, and you all can do it together, which lessens the nerves and you feeling uncomfortable and awkward speaking to the camera yourself. Now you can have a dialogue or a conversation with another thought leader and expert. The reason why I love this is because you're able to leverage their platform with the people that they're already building community with, and they're able to leverage your platform. And so it ends up being a win-win, which is really great. So think about the podcasts that your people listen to. Think about the podcasts that you enjoy listening to. Podcasts are always looking for guests and looking for the right kind of guests. And that is you. So go ahead and pitch yourself for a podcast so that way you can start to leverage that audience when it comes to you being seen in a crowded space online. So again, remember, using video, telling your story, and looking for collaborative efforts will really help you stand out in a crowded digital space. Listen, friend, I want to hear from you. Right below this video, I have a couple of resources, including how you can get on our email list. We send out a weekly email called Sunday Thoughts, and it really is that. Thoughts that I have about leadership, thought leadership, visibility, communication. It's a really great email, and I'd love for you to join and be a part of that as we continue this conversation so you can be seen, heard, and paid. And also, I'd love to hear from you. Which one of these 3 tips are you already using or you're going to leverage further so that way you can be seen as an expert in your industry? As always, remember, you deserve, my friend, to be seen, heard, and paid. Your visibility is power, and it's time to step into it. Until next time.